What's happening, guys? So here we are again talking about Live and PGA Tour and all that stuff, and I've just again have felt compelled to talk about it one more time. Zach and I went off to the International where the Live stop is going to be this Friday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because it's 54 hole events, yada yada yada. Some people apparently on tour like to make fun of. Who cares, right? Here's something for you, right? I don't understand the animosity towards it. You could not believe the amount of comments, not bad comments only, but good comments pertain to Live, right? People are excited about this. They want to talk about it. Some people, unfortunately, can't get over the Saudi money thing, and I can understand that, believe me. Would I rather it come from somewhere else? Sure. But let me lay something out for you. The tour would have never have made the changes they're making right now without Live. And that's proven because they've only made the change since Live has launched. So with that being said, here's what I think, right? I understand the argument about the money from the PGA Tour, how you got to earn what you take. That was what drew me to the sport, for crying out loud. Do I think it's fair that a guy who misses the cut makes no money? No, I think that's a lot of pressure, especially on rookies, that you get your card, congratulations, you're guaranteed nothing, and you have an impossible task ahead of you that some succeed, most don't, that you have to play against veterans who have played these courses dozens of times, and you have to figure it out in your first week on how to make it to the top half of the field just to make a check to cover your costs. So I'm going to go through the press release that was launched last week about what Manahan thinks is the right response, which is a copycat. I still think he needs to go if PGA Tour wants to survive. Cam Smith just announced today, not surprisingly, that he is going to Live. Now, call me a conspiracy theorist. Do I think a guy who's in his prime playing some of his best golf WD'd from a tournament, the BMW Championship, because of hip discomfort? I mean, for crying out loud, Tiger played on a broken leg, and you're going to WD on a hip discomfort is about as believable as Dustin Johnson not playing for 6 months due to a wrist injury when we all know what happened there. So the point being is, here's some of the stats from the PGA Tour, right? So apparently they've found hundreds of millions of dollars that they can just now start paying out the players. And non-exempt players, which I am thrilled this is to be the case. This is even the number I threw out talking to my staff that tour players should get if they don't make the cut anyways, just for showing up, is get $5,000 check. I mean, that's not the most money in the world, but if you can't figure out how to cover your costs for $5,000 for a week for a hotel, flight, okay, that's on you. But $5,000 for missed cuts to non-exempt members, that's great. $500,000 guaranteed minimum for the earnings assurance program they're starting in 23 for all fully exempt Korn Ferry Tour category and above tour players, which is basically just deducted from you. So, if you don't make $500,000, that's your guarantee. If you make over that, I guess they're stipending your check until you get there. So the other side of this is this player impact program, right? I mean, it was a joke when they launched it anyways. Tiger Woods just makes one golf swing on the internet explodes, and guess who wins it? Shocker. The guy moves a needle. Before I get carried away on the rest of this, fun fact for all of you Live haters to think about. Just follow me, okay? Tiger's offers $700, $800 million. Who the heck cares? It's a lot of money. Probably doubles his net worth. Says no. Let's just go down a hypothetical that he doesn't hate the idea, signs up for Live, gets his $800 million. Does the PGA Tour and Jay Manahan have the stuff to suspend Tiger Woods from the PGA Tour indefinitely? I'd have to say no. You can't kick a guy off that moves the needle 20 points on the ratings when he signs up. Call me crazy. I don't know. Now, this whole venture with Tiger and Rory, I don't know enough about it. I want to look into that. Maybe that'll be another video whenever they figure out what the heck stadium golf is going to look like, which, again, not golf, so it might as well be the Top Golf series. But we'll see. So back to the Tiger stuff, right? So how would they respond to that scenario, right? So they can kick off everybody else, but would they kick off Tiger? Who knows? But the player impact program now going to be worth $100 million. So now for those, so it says for 2023, those from the PIP standings are the top players who will be making the commitment to a 20-event PGA Tour schedule as noted above. The top players criteria for the 24 and beyond will be determined at a later date. So now they're just trying to keep you on the tour with a 20-event schedule and say that if you do that, we have $50 to $100 million just to throw around, whatever that means. So then they're going to have more elevated events for the rest of the tour season next year. That will apparently be more money, top players, no cut, stuff like that. And then the last little nugget will be life members will no longer have to play a requirement of 15 seasons for membership. You only got to get to 20 wins. So, I mean, at the end of the day, the moves they're making are, in my opinion, less than impressive. I think going back to LIV, yes, it's a money grab. Grab it. That's all I have to say. If you got offered $100 million, that's a hard number to say no to. You know what I'm saying? The whole Cam Smith thing, I think if I was him, whoever ratted me out that I was leaving LIV, man, I would have, you're out of my camp for sure. Because that's exactly what he was going to do. Finish the 3 events he had left in the season, play the FedEx Cup for points, make his money, go on to LIV. Why not? Why not? Let him do it. I've said it before. Nobody knew who Sky Scheffler was 5 years ago. Maybe you did. Good for you. I didn't. Now he's the #1 player in the world, right? Lost to Roy. Roy winning 3 tour championships. Good for him, right? But guess what, Rory? You got extra money this year for a reason probably that is LIV Golf. So I'd probably taper it back a little bit. The fact that some of these tour players can't see the fact that all these opportunities that are shifting around on the tour is not directly because of LIV Golf. They need to make an acknowledgement of it. And honestly, I'm disappointed in Fred Couples. I mean, the amount of trash talk he's put on people going to LIV is absolutely ridiculous. But it's too early to tell what LIV's intentions are, right? It's the infancy of the tour. People are saying it's going to run out of money. Fact check. A lot of money getting pumped out of the ground over in Saudi Arabia. Probably not running out of money anytime soon for LIV golfers. So get the money while it's there is my suggestion if you're a tour player. Why not? It's prime for the taking. Might as well grab it. But here's another caveat that some people have brought to my attention, and it's an interesting one. And I might have said it before. What do you do for the the college player who goes to LIV, never hits a shot on tour, and then says, all right, I've done my LIV tour stint. It washes out in 5 years like people want to for some reason. I don't know why. And go back to the PGA Tour. And now you got a bunch of money. Money's not an issue. You can go try to play on tour as long as you want. There's no repercussions for those guys. They never hit a shot on the tour, so there's nothing weighing over their head. So it's just interesting to me. We'll just say that, right? I think the most fruitful part to this, and I think Butch Harmon said it the best, is the European Tour, PGA Tour, and LIV Tour need to have some combined events where all of them come together for maybe every other month and have some kind of thing that they can play against each other, right? I think, how pretentious is it of us that, U.S. versus the world, U.S. versus Europe. I mean, quite frankly, I'm tired of getting our butt kicked by Europe. And, we've done pretty good here every so often. Why can't it be against 2 different tours or 3 different tours? I don't know. I mean, that seems to make a lot more sense than U.S. versus the world or U.S. versus Europe when clearly we're not as big a powerhouse as we think we are. I mean, we got good players. That's a fact. But, I don't know, there was a stint there where I remember it was just kind of annoying to watch Ryder Cup because Europe would always win it. And then President's Cup's always been like a second-rate one to Ryder Cup in my opinion. But still a great event, don't get me wrong. So, there's plenty of sway and avenues to make this work, I think, for all the tours to coexist. I mean, one of the suggestions I had was, why not LIV go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the PGA Tour can have Thursday through Saturday? I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't watch the Tour Championship till the back nine, and I honestly watched the Little League World Series until about that was over, which was about hole 15, and I would just flash back and forth to the Tour Championship and then watch the last 3 holes. That's about all of the Tour Championship I watched this week. I'm not here to tell you that's the right call for a PGA Pro, but I know who won, and I know how the last few holes ended. That's all most people care about. Then we got Live starting in a couple days, and I've played that golf course. I'm more interested in that because I've played that course. So I'm going to be curious to see what those guys do, right? So, again, I guess the question I have for the comments is like, what do people have against Live? Like I said, I'm not saying that Live's the next best thing and that's the next PGA Tour and this, that, and the other. I'm just saying that competition is good. The Live Tour's obviously brought about change, much needed change to the PGA Tour, and people need to recognize that for what it is. And a lot of these Live haters aren't. They're just all caught up with their moral high ground about Saudi money being behind it or Greg Norman being behind it. Well, whatever. I don't understand that too much because there's plenty of other things you have your moral high ground whipped out from underneath you, I'm sure. So I think I said it before last time I did this type of video, Live's not going to be the last tour to show up. I mean, Rory and Tiger are proving it right now. They're like, we're going to do tomorrow sports and start our own stadium course stuff. And it's like, well, you're proving the point that there's a wide open avenue of opportunity for players to go do events that make them more money. And what does that look like? I don't know. Is it Tiger Woods hat on backwards on a Monday night, tomorrow sports event? That'd be kind of cool. I don't know. I'd watch that. But I think golf needed a facelift, and Liv's definitely giving it that. I also don't call me a conspiracy theorist. Kind of ironic the Netflix thing was being recorded this year and all this stuff took shape. I'm just saying that is an interesting nugget if you're paying attention. So tell me what you think. I'm open to all ears. Like I said, if you're going to come at me about the Saudi money backing it, I'm sorry, you're going to have to do better. So, anywho's, food for thought. Had to get it off my chest because having played the golf course, been around the Live Golf people, been around a facility that is hosting the Live Golf event, it's pretty awesome. I'm here to tell you, a lot of good people. So, we'll be curious to see what next season holds and how many more guys vacate the premises. Harlow Varner already left, and Leishman's gone, and a bunch of others announced today right after the FedEx Cup. Like I said, a whole bunch of players are exiting. Manahan's going to get fired, and the tours are going to come together before the Masters. I think that's the only way they both survive. But I could be wrong. We'll see. Until next time, gang, don't hate me too much. Had to make a video, but I want to know your comments below. Make sure you leave them down there, and let's have a good discussion about it because we're just a bunch of fans. We don't hit shots on tour, so that's all we can do is talk about it. Until next time, Matt, out.